Hey Andre, here's a question.
Yeah.
Is electricity the future of off-roading?
No, it's not.
Well, we're about to find out because we are here in my favorite place in the world, Moab.
Yes.
About to run Fins and Things, which is our traditional TFL test for how good a vehicle is off-road. I think I'm going to slam the nose into this rock, Andre.
I can't lock the rear locker.
Look, it's a $113,000 truck.
Assuming you have the money to purchase it, so
No, not.
you want to have fun? I cannot wait because General Motors tested here, right? They tested the new Hummer in this location.
That's right. And like you said, Onyx, actually, one of our sponsors, now provides complete maps that you can download to your phone so that even if you're out of cell service, you exactly know where you are. And you can see right there, we're about to get on to Fins and Things.
Yeah, and it's it will show us exactly, how far we are. We can check it out and also find out the difficulty of the trail, right? All of that.
All right, so let's start by putting this Hummer EV, and this is an all-electric pickup truck, and GM, like you said this is the most off-road capable GM truck ever that was tested here. So let's start by going into the off-road mode. Here we go. And then...
Funky.
Isn't that funky?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to switch over here because you have to do both of the things, right? So I'm going to switch over here to off-road mode, and that does a whole bunch of things, including raise the ride height of this.
Yeah, height adjustable. You have rear wheel steering. You have 1,000 horsepower.
I have crab walk. We'll try that too.
You have crab walk. We have everything.
And then we have a rear locker and we have a front locker. So we have both. And since it's winter and cold, we also have a heated steering wheel, which I'm very happy about.
And a heated seat. Yeah, sure.
You gonna do the heated seat too?
Nice.
All right. Well, let's start the trail and see how the Hummer does. Now, we have tested this off-road before. Tommy and I went up Red Cone with it compared to the Bronco, and that didn't go so well.
Well, yeah, I mean, there is a downside to the Hummer, right? We've listed a lot of positives. Great ground clearance, all that stuff, but the weight is a negative.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
You've weighed this. How much does it weigh?
9,400 pounds.
With the spare tire?
Without the people.
Wow.
Yes, with the spare tire and all that stuff.
And so what we found when we were off-roading up Red Cone was that the weight got in the way, so you couldn't drive at a typical kind of as slow as possible, as fast as necessary, because you had to use momentum. Hopefully here we won't have that issue because we were going through a very tight tree-lined trail. Here, Moab, wide open.
Yeah.
All right, so shall we check our cameras?
Yeah.
Let's start with that. So those are really good, actually. You want to show them the most fun camera we have?
I love this.
Yeah, show them.
I love this, and it's where is it? Oh yes, it's underneath the truck.
Yep, we have.
How cool is that?
We have a camera underneath, actually showing us
forward and backward.
Yeah, isn't that cool? So now we're watching what's underneath the truck. So
we can wash it, can't we?
Yeah, there's a little squirter too.
Here.
Yeah. A squirter for an underneath cam.
Yes.
How crazy is that? So I'm going to try to use the typical way of driving, which is not momentum, but just very straightforward, easy.
It would be nice if we could see the sun is in our eye.
Yeah, well, that's the problem, starting early in the morning. I don't think electricity is going to solve that, Andre. There is an extract mode, which if we get stuck, we could raise it to. But in extract mode, you have up to 16 inches of ground clearance. I think in off-road mode, we're like at 14, which should be plenty for this.
Yeah, in extract mode, it's on its tippy toes.
Yes.
So you're losing all of the suspension, basically, right?
Right, which makes the ride really harsh.
Yeah.
So unless you're really stuck, it's probably not a great thing. But when we go up the first incline here, what do you say we activate crab mode and see if that's actually useful off-road?
Hold.
And then you get the little crab right there.
Ah, there.
And then you get the little crab right there. So we're in crab mode.
Yes.
You like that music that played?
Ooh, it was really dramatic.
All right, why don't we get the videographer out there so you can see it from the outside?
Okay.
So when could you use this? What's the possible use of this, would you say?
I think you use it in front of your home, friend's house.
I think so
to show off.
I think so too. I think this has more. I guess the idea is, Andre, let's say you're in a really tight canyon,
Yeah.
and you need to go forward at the same time.
But you don't want to swing
while you're going sideways.
Yes.
Yeah, and you don't want to swing around. So I suppose that's when you would use it. Here, like I said, I think you're right. It's just you're kind of just showing off what GM engineers have wrought.
Yeah, and I think 4-wheel steering in its, just regular mode,
Yeah.
I think it's most useful.
Yes.
That's my opinion.
Yes, when they're out of phase, right?
Yeah.
When they're steering in opposite directions to give you more control and more better, tighter, and more nimble turning radius.
Well, I gotta tell you, Roman, I've never crabbed. I've never went sideways on a mountain like this.
This is kind of interesting.
Ah!
And you know what? The throttle response is actually good. I was worried about that, but so far so good.
It's gradual,
Yeah, it's
nice.
gradual. It's not too abrupt, you know. All right, Andre, this is a pretty tricky obstacle, and I don't know if we could do it if we have enough ground clearance. You want to? I'll come up to it, but it's a very big lip, and this is where electric vehicles struggle, because while you get 100% torque at 1 revolution, you don't get any torque at 0 revolution.
Alright, so go a little slower. I mean, slowly like you are. And when you approach the obstacle, I'll guide you.
It's already digging in.
But my weight is no longer in there, and I'm pretty big.
I think I'm going to slam the nose into this.
What, can you use a front locker or lockers?
It's probably a little bit challenging to use lockers because sometimes when you're off kilter, the locker, especially the mechanical locker up front, may not want to engage.
For whatever reason, Andre, the front locker won't engage. I don't know why. This happened to us last time too. Look, I'm pushing the button, and it just won't engage.
What is it saying? Nothing?
This says nothing.
Switch to terrain mode to use front locker. It says it right there.
Oh, there you go. All right. Well, that would do that would be the reason. Terrain mode. Okay. All right. Now I'm locked. All right. Try it again.
Yeah, and you're gonna go driver.
I guess reading would help.
You're gonna go driver by about a couple of inches. I'll guide you.
All right. Thanks. Try again.
Yes. Slower. You touched your skid plate, but you're okay.
Andre, I think going driver just makes it worse. I don't think that makes it better. You're putting me on the steepest part of the rock.
You just slid across. Hold on, stop.
I would say that's a no.
This is a huge obstacle. You saw that. It's 3 feet tall. And it doesn't help that the thing weighs 9 million pounds.
How much damage did we do?
You didn't do any damage. You put a little scratch in the skid plate, that's all.
Hey, first a beauty mark.
Yeah, you got a first beauty mark.
That's okay, Andre. That's what these things are for.
All right, dude, so I would say just go around here and climb the sand. All right, Roman, so this is the difficult part of the first obstacle, which is the V-notch test of approach and departure. That's awesome. You cleared it. Now we need to watch for your hitch. Okay, keep moving a little bit. Keep moving. You're doing well. Now watch your belly. Wow, the hard part, you did it. That was nice.
All right, so I'm learning a couple lessons here, taking this off-road.
Yeah?
So there are almost too many modes, right? I'm serious. So you put it in off-road mode,
Yes.
but it doesn't raise the vehicle. You have to manually raise it.
Yeah, you have to ask it to.
Yeah, and then in terrain mode, it takes it down for some reason. You're not in extended height mode.
Or the computer's trying to think for you, right?
Yeah,
And
so-
for some reason changes it.
So it's hard to steer with all four locked up. So let's go back. Let's turn that off. Let's go back to off-road mode here.
And then when you're in camera mode, you can't see.
Tow haul, we don't want to be in that. Normal, my mode. Okay, we're back in off-road mode. Got it. And let me raise the suspension. Ride height.
Normal. You know, I think
Yeah,
what,
it did take me down. Now it's going back to increased ride height. So
Yeah.
why is... Like you would think when you're locking both front and rear
you
lockers,
still want to be high.
yeah. Why does it take you down?
That's a good question. But I wonder if in my mode, you saw that, right?
Yeah.
Maybe you can like customize everything before you leave. So you're like, it's your magic mode.
Yeah,
I hope that's true.
it could be true. You know, I mean, we don't want to figure that out while filming a video. But yeah, it could be. So maybe you could be in extended mode, or at least in off-road height mode,
In terrain mode. You
and
know.
in terrain mode. Yeah, but I don't know why it takes you down to normal mode when you're locking both lockers. So I'm learning a very important lesson, Andre.
What?
I think that's probably the most important lesson. But I just want to not talk about it yet because I want to finish the rest of Fins and Things, and then I'll tell you what the lesson is that I'm learning. Okay? Because I want to make sure it's right.
Okay.
How about that? So next, we're going to go and do what we affectionately call frame bender.
Please, let's not bend any frames today, okay?
Because it's a very steep ledge that if you don't have enough traction or enough height, you will go down and you will basically bend your frame on.
But our frame is also the battery. So if you bend the battery frame, this is no good. Roman.
Yeah, let me show you something that I'm also not that in love with underneath the truck. Do you see all those bolts hanging down?
Oh yeah, let me point at them.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
See, well, first of all, they're all these bolts, right?
Yeah, those don't worry me as much as the ones you're about to point to.
Oh, here.
Yeah.
Is this what you mean?
Yeah, those, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that seems like something that could really easily get caught up. Because the battery tray is pretty smooth.
Yeah, and you have skid plates everywhere.
Watch out, it's lowering itself for some reason.
Oh God.
I know.
But also there's a camera up here. So in the middle.
Yeah, that's where the camera is. It keeps lowering itself.
Oh, it's gonna squish me.
Come on over.
Oh.
Squish you.
Oh God. Oh. Why is it angry at me?
Why is it lowering itself?
Well, it's trying to even itself out.
Is that what's doing, you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's leveling.
Oh, interesting. Do you see the size of those air suspension shocks? Look at the size of those things. Oh my God.
The springs and shocks and everything.
So the issue we have, besides the motorcycles, is that we're about to go a frame bender, which tests basically breakover angle. So you want the vehicle in its highest ride height. And every time I try to put it in extended ride height, let me show you right there. So right now I'm in normal. There, I'm trying to put it into that height. Let's see what happens. It says leveling system unavailable, and we had the same thing happen to us at Red Cone. And the best guess that I have is that the compressor is overheated, so it doesn't have the wherewithal to lift 9,400 pounds of truck up. But it is frustrating that, you know, we are on level ground and we can't increase the ride height. So we're going to do it, but it's going to be at its normal ride height. And the other thing that's a little frustrating is, you know, there's different modes in here, but every time I switch modes, there's this graphic that pops up. Right, terrain mode, and it just slows everything down. Tow haul mode. I mean, it's cute, but it's not helpful. Right, I just want to be able to, like, in a regular off-roader, push off-road mode and be in it without seeing all this. And then every time I go into off-road mode, Kicking up dirt, absolutely. Paved roads, no. Respect the watts. Use off-road only. And then I go, got it. Come on. Every time I do that, I got to do it. It's just silly. Just silly. And the thing I do need, which is going into increased ride height, I can't do. Yeah, there we go. All right, well, we're doing it in regular ride height. All right, am I lined up on frame bender, Andre?
I'm going to help you out a little bit. Keep moving forward.
Thank you, because I can't see anything over the front of this truck.
A little bit more straight and drop down. So since you don't have the maximum height available right now, I'm gonna take you driver's side off the ledge and passenger side not off the ledge.
Let me see what the pitch and roll is. So pitch is 18 degrees. Now we're 19 degrees.
Go ahead, passenger, please.
Let me know when I'm about to go over.
You're approaching the ledge, go very as slowly as possible.
Yeah, something.
I think I hit the frame. Or whatever frame this thing has.
It looks like you hit a driver's side rock rail on the side.
That's what they're meant for. That's good.
Am I going to hit my back end or am I clear?
Move slowly, but you have lots of clearance. Move slowly.
Here's the weird thing, Andre. Like this thing, if I don't have my foot on the accelerator, it doesn't move, even if I'm at like 23 degrees downhill. So basically, I'm controlling it only with, not the brake, but with the accelerator. And it's really weird to try to control your descent with the accelerator.
Yeah, I can totally get you, because it's one pedal driving, but it feels unnatural, right?
Well, you got to give it accelerator to go downhill, which is weird. I'd rather just have the brakes hold it, and then I would release the brake, giving me much more control, as opposed to I don't know how much accelerator I'm going to get when I'm going downhill and pushing on it. You see the problem?
But the Hummer is not the only one that with this feature. You know, now most trucks have one pedal driving, even the gasoline powered ones. So they call it rock crawl mode or one pedal. So yeah.
So most trucks don't weigh 9,000 pounds. All right, well, let's do One Tree Hill, huh? Let's take that on. All right, Andre, so here's the irony. After I got down frame bender, it let me go into increased ride height.
Woohoo! Now we have more clearance.
Yeah, but it's like after
the main event.
After the main event. All right, so this is One Tree Hill, and this is basically a test of traction. Because it's very steep.
You know what, dude? I haven't been here in a few months.
Yeah.
And it looks washed out to me.
Man,
like all these rocks seem more pokey.
It always changes. Now the difficulty here is if you don't have enough grip, you can slide into the tree.
But it's also a very old tree and very stoic.
Yeah, I think Hummer versus tree, the tree would lose. But in terms of TFL's pocketbook, the truck would lose. So Andre, I got good news and I got bad news. Which would you rather hear?
I would like some bad news first.
I can't lock the rear locker, but in terrain mode, I do have extended height now. So you can have one or the other. You can either be tall and have the rear locker only, or you could be apparently, you know, not in extended height and have all four locked. So it won't lock again. I don't know why, and I am in terrain mode, so I'm gonna go with the rear locker.
Alright, let's just keep moving.
You know, I may not even need the rear locker. I say that, and I'm losing traction and going deeper into the... And then there's some weird music, or whatever that is, sound playing in here. Which I don't need. Like a low humming, rumbling sound. 15%. 16%, but didn't need the front locker after all. So there we go. Wahoo. That was almost 30 degrees.
So Roman, I think everybody wants to know, and I want to know this. What's the best from the factory off-roader? And you had the G-Wagon Squared Mercedes AMG here 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which is better?
Well, that one has portal axles, as I'm sure you know, Andre,
okay.
right? Which
yes.
is a really good way to lift a truck.
Yeah, it just gives you more height.
Yeah, it also has a torque converter, which gives you a lot more control with your accelerator pedal. So I would say the difference between that and this is probably the difference of, I'm going to hate to say this, but it's true, like the difference between a high school football player and an NFL player.
This is the high school?
This is the high school, yeah.
Wait, not college?
No, I was thinking about college, but I think you're at high school right now.
Man.
It's just way too finicky and in some ways way too delicate. Whereas the G-Wagon felt like it's made of one solid sheet of metal, and it just did not care, Andre. It did not care. This thing just feels like if you get it too far sideways, you're going to blow maybe the sidewall out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of heft here.
There's just so much weight. You know, horsepower, the G-Wagon had 577, this has 1,000, but that doesn't matter when you're off-roading, right? What it's missing is a low range. I don't know. Yeah, it's missing.
But basically, the whole idea of electricity is you don't need low range because you have low torque at very low RPM. I mean, incredible torque at low RPM, and you're supposed to have that control.
So if you guys are engineers out there and you're listening to me, and you've done a lot of off-roading, you know that the most control you get is when you have the highest gear ratio, right? When you're, and that is a low range. And the other thing that this could use, and every electric vehicle we've taken off-road could use, including the Rivian in that, I'm including everything that we've done, is a torque converter. Because right now, the torque converter is the electronics of this thing. So remember when I was doing that ledge, Andre?
Yes.
I was halfway into the throttle of this, and it was herky-jerky. I was not controlling it. The truck would like lurch forward and then stop, and I'd push farther into the throttle, and then it would like think for seriously like 2 seconds, and then it would lurch forward again, and then the wheels would start spinning. But I wasn't controlling any of that. The truck was doing. The computer was doing it. I wasn't doing any of it. It does have just a tremendous amount of approach, departure, and breakover angle, which is what we're about to test here, right? So this is the place where we actually made our Raptors tailpipes oval.
Yeah, and I've scratched the ZR2 Silverado here.
Yes.
I've scratched everything here.
So let's see if this thing scratches, because this is, I'm sorry, butt scratcher. not the A word, scratcher. All right, Andre, before I do butt scratcher, I do have to mention the fact that the G-Wagon, while it may be the NFL player, was also, or is also, $359,000. So you could get 3 Hummer EVs for the price of 1 G-Wagon Squared.
Now that is a difference, yes.
So I think that is an important numeric calculation you have to keep in mind. All right, here we go. Let's see if I hit the front or hit the back. You guys want to show them where people hit over here? Just show them all the scratches. There you go.
We will once we get through it.
Oh! All right, here we go, straight down. Now, normally I would dig my nose into the sand.
You go a little slower, a little bit more passenger. Hey, hold it. You're very close to touching. Go, driver. Yes, keep going.
Hey, Roman.
Yeah.
You know all you touched
What?
was that D-ring.
Really? I hit the D-ring. Oh, look at that. Interesting. I went fast because I was like going to pull the Band-Aid off the scab. Well, we could have moved that up. You know that.
Yes.
We could have just put that up.
And you know the beautiful thing is your hitch never touched.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
But show what people are dragging over here, Roman. Show this.
Yeah. Everything.
They're dragging everything. Hitches, frames.
Well, I saw, I was here last time. This is in the spring. And we sat here for about an hour because a guy had actually blown out his entire front, A-arm on this obstacle. Because he pulled it way too far and it just collapsed and broke the A-arm. So yeah, things happen. All right, let's finish this up, Andre. Hop in.
Okay. Hey Roman, did you say you started this trail at 67% battery?
Yeah, and we're down to 65% now. We use hardly any electricity at all.
Well, yeah, but that's what 4 kilowatt hours, but it doesn't seem like much.
No, I could do all of Fins and Things and then go on and do Hell's Revenge and then still be able to drive home.
And do the White Rim Trail? No, well, no, maybe not.
That's probably not the White Rim Trail, but it's amazingly efficient. I gotta give you that. All right, Andre, we drew first trail damage.
Yes, we did, front and back.
Front and back.
And side.
But that's okay. This is what these are meant to do. But remember at the beginning of this, I told you that there was a lesson I learned that I wanted to make sure I learned correctly?
Was it one lesson or multiple lessons?
I'll give you the 3, but
Okay.
the last one's the most important. First and foremost, look, it's a $113,000 truck, so you worry about it, right?
Well, yeah, but assuming you have the money to purchase it, so
No,
do
not
you want to have fun?
Yes, but we also have to sell it and buy the next one.
Yes, that's a problem.
All right, number 2, the electronics are way too finicky. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't work. It's just way too much going on.
And also they reset themselves, right?
Yeah.
It's not really great.
And the most important lesson I learned is
What?
there's an old school way to fix that.
All of this?
No, the finicky electronics
Okay.
and the problem of the suspension. And that is, let's go with 37s.
37. But GMC Hummer team says 37s from the factory you can do.
Yeah, so I say we get some 37s, and I think that'll sort out the ride height issue like that.
And I learned something else, Roman.
What'd you learn, Andre?
I learned that the Hummer still has amazing clearances. When you approach that ledge, when you're going over some of those drops, almost no scraping, where I scraped every other truck I've driven.
I'll give you that, and it's also amazing in its maneuverability.
Yes, and the wind is picking up and we're getting blown away.
All right, well, thanks to our friends at Onyx, and remember, go to alltfl.com if you want to stay on top of all TFL. See you guys next time. Ciao.
See ya.